Poker Tournament Satellite, Poker Strategy for Beginners. The thrill of a major poker tournament is undeniable, but the hefty buy-in can be a barrier for beginners. Enter the Satellite Tournament, a gateway even a beginner can navigate to reach the big leagues. Here's your roadmap to mastering satellites and booking your seat at the main event. The titles of Satellite Poker Tournament Strategy Training are as follows. 1 Early and Middle Stages. Patience is your ally. 2 Late Stage Play. Navigate the bubble with focus. 3 Bonus Tips. Becoming a Satellite Mastermind. 4 Additional Tips. In each section, important titles are written and explained for you to take notes. Early and Middle Stages. Patience is your ally. Tight. Play is the name of the game. Unlike a cash game where you can continuously reload, satellites are about survival. View them as qualifiers, not full-blown tournaments. Your primary goal is to steadily accumulate chips and reach the money bubble, the point where players start getting paid. Resist the urge to gamble with weak hands early on. Selective aggression is key. However, don't become a predictable rock. In the middle stages, with a decent hand, consider stealing the blinds to keep your opponents guessing about your strategy. Remember, position is crucial. Being late to act allows you to observe how others are playing before making your move. Identifying your opponents. You'll encounter 2 interesting personalities at the table. Maniacs, M. These are the hyper-aggressive players who seem to enter the pot with any 2 cards. Against them, fight fire with fire. When you have a strong hand, raise them big to make them pay for their loose play. Calling stations, CS. These are the passive players who call any bet. While tempting to exploit them by building large pre-flop pots with strong hands, avoid going all in after the flop unless you're absolutely certain you're way ahead. Hit the subscribe button to learn the strategy of all poker tournaments from beginner to advanced in the next video's late stage play. Navigate the bubble with focus. As you approach the money bubble, the point where players start getting paid, the atmosphere intensifies. Here's how to navigate this crucial phase. Adapt your strategy. If you've amassed a healthy chip stack, tighten up your play and be more selective about entering pots. But don't become a complete nit, an overly cautious player. An occasional surprise shove or well-timed bluff can keep your opponents on their toes. Read the table. Pay close attention to how others are behaving. Short-stacked players might get desperate near the bubble, resorting to risky moves. Conversely, chip leaders might play ultra-conservatively. Use this information to your advantage. Steal blinds from overly cautious players and be wary of all-in bets from those on the brink of elimination. The mental game. The bubble is a mental minefield. Stay calm and collected, even if you're feeling anxious. Projecting nervousness is like waving a red flag to aggressive players. Tighten up your play, but don't become overly passive. Look for opportunities to squeeze out weak players trying to limp in with junk hands. Bonus. Tips. Becoming a satellite mastermind. Chip management mastery. Learn how to manage your chip stack effectively. This involves understanding when to shove all in based on your chip stack size, the current blind levels, and the number of remaining players. In the MMT circles, this is called Independent Chip Model, ICM, a more advanced concept you can explore later. Satellite savvy. Not all satellites are created equal. If it's a freeze-out tournament, meaning no rebuys allowed, you'll need to be extra cautious. Conversely, tournaments with rebuys offer more opportunities for calculated risks early on, knowing you can re-enter if things go south. Learn from the game. Every tournament presents valuable learning opportunities. Analyze your hands after each satellite to identify areas for improvement. Consider joining online forums or communities for beginner satellite players to share experiences and sharpen your skills. Remember, mastering satellites takes dedication and practice. By implementing these strategies, adapting to different situations, and continuously learning from your experiences, you'll be well on your way to dominating qualifiers and securing your seat at the big leagues. Additional tips. Observe experienced players and see how they approach different stages of the satellite. Take notes on player tendencies and use them to your advantage. Don't be afraid to fold strong hands pre-flop if the situation doesn't favor you. Manage your bankroll wisely and only play in satellites you can comfortably afford. By following these guidelines and putting in the practice, you'll be well on your way to becoming a satellite crusher and booking your seat at the biggest poker events.